At the northern tip of Dartmoor sits the ancient ruined castle of Oakhampton. Just south of that, on the bleak fields and moorland hills between the villages of Meldon and Belstone, another village stood. The fallen ruins of old houses and traces of groups of hut circles remain. Over the centuries, these were the homes of many types of settlers, all leading their lives, all with their stories to tell. But now they are past. Their names forgotten, their memories dead. They have left only their ghosts to walk the lonely hills and sometimes trouble the living.
Oh, see how it goes, but based around a normal 6-month short-hold tenancy. This is the bedroom, by the way, in case that isn't obvious. 6 months at a time, 2 months' notice if you want to quit.
Great. What do you think, Dave?
Fine. It's up to you. You're the one who'll be living here. Pity it's dark. What does this window look like?
You can see down over the hill through this one.
Do you want a deposit and stuff? Do you need references?
Oh, I'm not bothered about references. I prefer to make my own judgments. But I do need a month's rent in advance and a month's rent as deposit. Sorry about that, but you know that's pretty usual.
Dave?
You can nearly see the castle. It's down over the slope. Or castle ruins, I should say.
Dave? I don't know about the money. Do you think Mr. Linden will be good about giving the deposit back on the other place? Dave? If I'm short, do you think we could have a family and then we send them? Dave?
Yeah? Whatever. Okay, come on, we've got to get going. Thanks, mate. See you later.
Yeah, thanks. Dave, what's the matter?
So we can plough more land and grow more food.
How do you move those big stones?
We roll them onto a sledge and use the oxen to put them to where we want them.
How many stones are there in the world?
How should I know? No one knows how big the world is.
How big do you think it is?
I walked the sea once.
Oh,
I'll tell you about it. Stop you asking any more questions.
now?
Later. I'm working now. Do you know you can see the sea from the top of that hill?
I've not been up there. Perhaps I'm big enough to go now. Which way is the sea? How can you see?
If it's a clear day, you can just see a shiny glimmer to the north. Like glistening fish, sparkling in the sunlight.
Do you?
And if at top of the biggest hill, you can see the north and the south.
Is that a fish too?
You don't know what the sea is, do you?
No.
Come on, back to the house, before some wolves and pixies eat you up. Good day to you, Pud.
Good day to you, Adam. And Maud, isn't it?
Did you say good day to Master Pud?
The land has been dry for ploughing?
True. It always drains out there. This is easy land. This over is a castle and higher parts of the ground. There's nothing very wet near it to house dog. That's where the more fertile soil is.
I know it, Adam. I look at it every day of the year from my house, as my ancestors have since first they came to live up at the hangar 7 generations ago. Pud, son of Pud, son of Pud, a Pud, a Pud. I must go. Young Sir Hugh wishes to know where the deer are hiding. I think he and his guests at the castle will hunt tomorrow morning.
Where are they feeding?
In the edge of One-Eyed John's village, and in the woods below, above the farther ford.
John won't like that.
No, but they've only one night's feeding before the hunters drive them from the arable lands. Goodbye, Anne. Goodbye, young boy.
I don't like Master Pug.
Shh! He'll hear you. Why don't you like her?
He's too stern and grim.
Yeah, he is, but he's overseer to the whole village.
What does that mean?
The business lands belong to the lords and ladies on the hill at the castle. They've appointed Master Pug to rule over us. He has his home in the hangar, so he can watch over us.
Like what?
No more. Not like God. God watches over the whole world. Pug just has a village in his care. His father had the same task before him, as did his father.
So nothing ever really changes here on our hill?
Nothing's really changed, nothing we can remember. But Lord Hugh de Courtney died, and his son, young Lord Hugh, took his place. That won't affect us. Come on, time to go.
What do you think of my Lord Hugh?
What do you mean?
Oh, come on, he's a good-looking young man.
But he's a lord.
He's 17 and he's good-looking.
But he's a lord.
You said. Well,
Well, what?
what do you think of our Lord Hugh?
Our lord?
Oh, Whittier, yes, our Lord. Ever since his father died, he must be master of all this estate. If he owns the manor, he owns us. Just think, you belong to Lord Hugh. He can do whatever he wants with you. Or me.
Joe, what would Father Ralph think if he could hear you? You are so wicked. Do you think he's good looking? He's a bit fat.
I saw him riding up from the castle to fly his hawks, with grumpy old man Pug from the hangar. He looked so happy and so...
What, old man Pud? I bet he'd marry you. I'm glad to think about him, not Lord Hugh. Even if he is so... I wonder if they talk about this in the castle. If anything is the same. How do they think? Everything must be so easy and comfortable.
My cousin Johanna works in the castle. She thinks like me, but slower.
I don't think life is always a comfort for her.
She has to clean up after the guards and dogs.
I think old man Pud should be after Johanna. She's slow enough that he might catch her.
What do you think about old man Pug and slow Johanna?
I want to think about Lord Hugh. I wonder what he thinks about hunting, hawking, horses, hounds, haughty girls, and himself.
Oh, Bissy, you've got a frowny mind. Why haughty girls? Aren't we pretty enough for him?
Of course not. He wants to marry a girl with a castle of her own, daughter of a rich man, with castles and estates both here and wherever these people come from.
Over the sea, France.
What do you mean over the sea? They and their forefathers were born in the castle.
Well, our forefathers born here in the village, or nearby, but that would make us kin of the castle gentlefolk.
I've got 2 rabbits. I caught them both with snares.
2. How did you make the snares? Or did Nicholas make them for you?
No, I made them. You remember I made some long leather thongs from the tail of that bullock we killed in the autumn? What, the one you called the Abbot? That's the one.
Why do you call it the Abbot?
Because of where it comes from, of course.
And where did it come from?
Ford Abbey. He was one of the ones we carried away from the monks to old Lord Hugh before he died. Cattle, now rabbits, he'll be hung for a robber and a poacher. I didn't go to Ford Abbey, only the men went. Let's get one-eyed John to tell us the story of it again, when it's dark.
Are you going to offer him some rabbit stew? Or is it all for Nicholas?
I'm not giving any of my stew to one-eyed Johnny. It took me hours to catch those rabbits, and I had to hide from old Pud. Feed teeming with rabbits had been hell to pay. If you don't give him any stew, he'll never come all the way down from his hut to tell the story. We can give him some drink.
No, don't do that. He'll tell us the tale of ragged walkers again.
Walking to the crossways. One black night. Past your house, Awixia, they'll pluck you out and take you with them one dark night.
No, stop it, no, they don't exist. Father Ralph said they don't. He said if you're going against God for dead men to walk.
There's women too. One-eyed Johnny says and Hudson's know about them too.
You're just trying to terrify me. I'm going home.
Watch out for the walkers, Awixia, and Lord Hugh.
Do they really go past her house? They always walk the same way, they say. Past Saxon Gate by the lane, up over the hill, passing, all see is Norway, over the top and down till they get to the well by the Four Crossbones.
Then what?
How do I know?
One-eyed John will tell you if you let him.
Come on, let's get down the hill.
It's getting dark.
That pod down over your eyes, I wonder if you can see at all.
I'm a modest woman. I do not wish to inflame lechery in the men.
Do you find the men troubling you a lot in that way?
I have no problem from my brother serfs. We're a God-fearing, cleanly people. But you Saxons, your men look at me in a particular way. I carry a small, sharp knife to protect me from the Saxon men and their wicked, lustful, heathen intentions. I almost wonder sometimes what made the good Lord place you incomers here to rule over us.
Have the Saxons been here for more generations than anyone can count? And in any case, it's the Normans and their great castles that rule over all of us.
My people are not so casual. We remember who a man's father's father's father was. Any of us can recall our patrimony over 10 generations. Memory, old tales, history. We're descended from kings, most of us. Not like you blundering heathens. And as for the Normans, what can I say? Building their huge castles, flouncing around on vast horses, ridiculous flags and banners, and the clothes they wear. The only good thing, the only good thing is that they lord over you Saxons, just like you've been lording over us Britons.
Merriman! Sir, where's your respect? You could be flogged or even hanged for such talk. What if Pud heard? He'd be straight down to the castle, telling them of insurrection up on the hill.
Pud? That good Saxon telling tales of an upright, honest serf woman? No, he's one of us.
What Pud? Sir Hugh is bailiff over all this land, and us that belong to it, him a slave. You talk such nonsense at times, I believe your potions and old tales have turned your wits.
You might recall what I said earlier about we Britons remembering who a man's fathers were.
Oh look, here's Aldwulf. What was that? Aldwulf. How was your hunting gone today?
There's no fear of the castle living on fish tonight. Fresh plump venison from my lord's table. I was lucky. My first arrow killed so quietly that the deer weren't startled, and I was able to take 2 others. I winded them, and my grey dogs were swift to bring them down.
You are a master huntsman.
I'm a lucky man, enjoying the sport of lords and kings, and yet but a Saxon.
Normans must eat.
But they love to hunt. It's not every day that I hunt the deer. My Lord Hugh would rather provide for his own table, leaving me to get what I can for the garrison. Do you know, a great favourite with the guard just now is squirrel.
Will those great soldiers eat the tree rats?
They found a way to cook them, roasted with herbs and with fat. And you know, they taste very good.
Better than the evils of fresh fish, I suppose. Will Lord Hugh be hunting tomorrow?
Yes, he is, but lately arrived from Colkham with his knights. That is why I had to get venison for this table today, but tomorrow it is my lord does the hunting, with me as his guide. Now, I must move on. Things to prepare.
Oh, Aldwulf, good luck tomorrow. handsome man.
Did you see the way he looked at me? Disgusting! Oh.
You called for me.
I have a message from my lady. She is at prayer at the castle chapel. But before that, I think you should know. Lord U and Lady Eleanor, his mother, grow weary of your village on the hill.
Have the people caused some offence?
Master Bud, their very being there is the offence. The castle is overlooked by the village. His people are always to be seen. Lord U has no patience with peasants.
Thank you for telling me this. I know that before God gathered him in, Lady Eleanor's husband sometimes grew angry with the villagers, among others.
Oh, they must try to give no offence, or it will be the worse for them. Master Bud, you must act as a shepherd to them. For I fear if they stray, they will be driven from their pastures altogether.
Is it as bad as that?
U is young. He believes himself to be strong and wise, but sometimes older heads have the cunning to lead younger men along paths for their own purposes. I was saying no more.
Ah, Adelise, I am glad to have found you. I understand you have a message for me.
Ah, yes, from my lady. Adolf, what good fortune. This message concerns you too. My lady would have you ensure you do not run too far afield tomorrow. The great Lord St. John dines here tomorrow night. It is important that the party returns in good time. My lady is aware that Lord Hugh may not notice the hour should the scent be high. I thank you both for attending me.
Aldrop. What do you expect of our hunting tomorrow?
You do a little hunting? In very close cover, perhaps?
I know that my place is far from the castle.
No. I don't see you as a courtier. That miserable village on the hill suits you well enough.
I'm pleased to be its overseer, and its people are good and honest.
Honest, are they? We'll see. The first of them that takes any game that is rightfully my Lord Hugh's, I will hang there and then. After that, I will speak to my lord of the thieving villages that you oversee. Have your men in place before dawn, all along the river down to the farther ford. If any of our deer escape to Belstone, I will want to know why. And don't be late.
I'll be with you, old bull.
Father Ralph, what brings you to the castle?
Father William of All Saints has been unwell, Master Bud, so I took matins for him there, and now he's asked me to take prayers for him at the castle chapel. But old Wolf was surely unhappy as he passed me by just now. Have you caused him some offence? He's a good and devout man, well respected by all. I know you don't like him, but at least show him some Christian mercy. You are too harsh in your dealings with your fellow men and women. It's for God to decide how we should be judged.
Yes, Father. Are you returning up the hill now?
I am, Bud, but I'll be happy to go at my own pace. Thank you.
Have you heard? What? Old Pud dragged Margaret down to the hangar.
What did he do?
He whipped her. He made her battle bloody. Then he kept her there for 2 days, until she was bleeding. Then he let her go. But don't tell anyone. It's a secret.
Why is it secret?
Why did he do that?
I don't know. But don't tell anyone.
I'm going to tell my brothers.
Well, that's all right. But they mustn't talk about it.
Where are your brothers today? Aren't they working with us?
They've gone to Harter to work for the tinners.
But they're stone picking with us. They're big and strong. We can't lift the biggest stones. We need them to carry the heavy ones.
We'll have to leave the biggest ones. My brothers get coins to work in the tin. They wouldn't take me with them, though.
What's coins?
Said work in the tin's too hard. Said I'd have to stay here and pick up stone.
What's coins?
Money.
What's it for?
You can get things for it on fair days down in Ockington.
Things for you to drink.
Or pretty things.
When's the next fair?
The Feast of St. James in the summer before harvest.
Why are fairs always down in Ockington? Why can't we have them up here in the village?
Well, there's more people there. The houses are close together, not spread about the fields, so when you get a crowd, it's all in together.
And there's more people passing through, younger people. There's always the old ones that go past the village using the old road.
Are we going to fight them again next fair?
What, the town boys?
They're just going to fight us. There are more of them.
Tinners might help.
Why?
Well, they're not anything to do with the town or the castle. They just stay up on the hill like us.
Town boys always class names for living on the hill. Tinners live on the hill, and now there's more from the village working with them. They'll hear the name calling and think it's at them.
I don't want to go if there's going to be fighting all day.
Fighting never starts till it's getting dark. Daytime's different.
How soon is the fair?
We send in summer before harvest.
Come on, let's get to work. Are you coming?
You can run much faster than you walk. We'll soon catch up. What will we do if the town boys attack us?
They only attack us because they think we're scared of them.
Let's make a raid.
Oh, when?
Tonight, let's leave the field as early as we can and go down the hill to the town.
And do what?
Just let them see we're not scared of them. We have to be careful we don't walk into any large groups of them, though.
What will we do when we're there?
I don't know.
Let's see if they've got him in the pillory, and then we can let them go.
If we do that, the town birds will be after us. We'll be in real trouble.
Not that then. Steal the fowl.
That'll be us in the pillory.
But we load a few hurdles, and they'll get their stock mixed up. And if nobody saw us do it, then nobody will be able to blame us.
This is a wise thing to be doing.
We don't want them to think we're scared of them. Oh, we agreed then. Go down at dusk.
I don't know. Are you including Augur in your plans?
Augur? I think that would be a very good idea. Remember, he used to live down in Ockington before he came to the village.
I think we should keep quiet about this, Dan. This is a secret plan between the three of us. Adam, don't worry. We'll be careful, and it will be exciting.
If you say so. Well, if we're not going to go early, we're just going to go to the now.
And we still don't know I pub with Margaret.
Was young Hugh pleased with his hunting?
My Lord Hugh was well enough pleased, but other matters overshadowed his day's sport.
Oh, yes?
Lord St. John of Basing dined with us at the castle last night.
And what does that signify?
With regard to your plans, rather a lot.
Who is he? I saw that he has a great retinue.
My Lady Eleanor has decided that who will marry his daughter. Agnes.
Is she in the castle?
Did you see a rather plain girl alight from her carriage and go instantly inside?
I think I did, yes.
That's her. The next Countess of Devonshire. If young Hugh gets his hands on the elder.
My Lord Hugh.
Don't get clever with me.
Lord Hugh may need powerful friends for that.
Lord St. John is a powerful man. So maybe great changes here if who marries this timid mouse.
But what of my plan to become steward over all that he has here? How will that be affected?
My plans may need spice. There is talk of this being much more than a fortified hunting lodge. This castle may be rebuilt as a grand mansion, as befits a man.
This is very good. Young Hugh thinks very well of me, and his mother needs you and trusts you. If this is to become a great castle and seat of the earldom, his seneschal will have great power. Is he really to marry this girl?
My lady has decided, and once Lord St. John approves it, then yes.
Well, what about Hugh and the girl? What's her name?
Agnes.
Do they not have to agree?
This is about ownership of land and power. So long as they do not actively hate each other, they will do as they are told. Remember, young Hugh is not yet of age. He is a ward of the king. And if he offends the scorn in any way, the king has
to stop him from inheriting his Countess de Portebus when the time comes.
I think God is smiling on our plans.
One step on the horizon.
What?
Look at the horizon. What do you see?
Oxen. Now a ploughman. The villagers at work.
Yes. So do my Lady Eleanor and Lord. Each time they look out from their chambers, they see and hear peasants all over the air in front of the castle. Do you know why they don't clear them?
I can guess. Pud.
Exactly. Master Pud. Respected admin to young Sir and friend of the peasantry.
We must do something about him.
He and that village stand in our way.
I understand. There may be one or two people in Upmonton who can help us with this. Quietly.
Let's go. The bell rings soon for afternoon prayer, and my lady may listen.
I do have Margaret's back.
Yes. Why did Pud?
I'm not sure. She didn't say.
Hello, Henry. His face is red.
You look very hot. Where have you been?
Nowhere much. Just walking.
In the dark?
We've been down the hill. We weren't going to stay.
Have you been down to Oxford?
Yeah.
Adam!
Why?
Just for the walk.
I don't know if I believe you.
It's not your business anyway. We were chased with some town lads. Chased up the castle ford, where we climbed over these stones to them and they couldn't cross stepping stones.
What if we could keep all this to ourselves?
Why is that a secret?
I'm looking for town girls before the lads saw us.
So that's it. You were looking for girls. Town girls, castle girls, surf girls, gatekeeper girls, any sort of girls. So what's wrong with the girls in the village? You have to go to other places.
Are they pretty?
Joan and Margaret have a lot to say about this.
What will Joan and Margaret have a lot to say about?
Oh, God preserve us.
No, be quiet about this. There's nothing to talk about.
They've been down to Oxford in the dark.
It was a raid.
Women, they've been raiding Oxford, looking for any rough girls they can find.
No, that's not right.
Not right. I'll say it's not right.
What were you doing? Going out at night then?
We weren't going out looking for girls.
Not looking for girls, and what were you doing?
Are the town girls prettier than Ernina and Wissia?
No, the girls were nothing special.
Oh, so you're not choosy then?
I thought they were very pretty.
We just happened to meet these girls.
Just by chance, was it? How can you lie like this?
Had you two arranged to meet these girls before we actually went down there?
Well, they're not going down to Ockmanton for no reason, and at night.
Somebody might even need to talk to Father Ralph about this.
Look, I said there's nothing to talk about.
Look, I thought we were just going down to take some fowl or something. I knew nothing about the girls.
You don't steal the town's poultry.
Stealing's a sin. You could burn in hell for that. Somebody might have to talk to Father Ralph now. Perhaps he can save you.
But we didn't do anything.
Is that right? Tell that to Joan and Margaret. Come on, Anina. And you, Maria. We'll leave you some boast about their conquest.
Why did you have to tell them, Adam?
It was supposed to be a secret raid. How can it be a secret? You knocked out the long boys stood out the first stone. Good throw, wasn't it?
Yeah, good throw. I think it might have caused us a lot of trouble.
I think those girls like us.
No, they did. That's what made their brothers and the rest go wild.
I think the fat one was a Yankee lad with the red hair.
I think we were lucky enough to get away without being thrashed. He was very angry.
The girls might well make trouble for us here.
We're not pleased, are they? It's just because we talked to those other girls. And they won't talk to Father Ralph about this.
Let us pray that they don't. It's late. I need to sleep.
God preserve you.
And you.
Marilyn, will you tell for us?
I'm supposed to be working. Serfs are supposed to do as their owners tell them, not entertain silly Saxon girls.
Oh, please do, Merowyn.
Well, do you know where Elfwin is?
Taking sheep up the hill with Thomas. She read about before noon.
So, what do you want to know?
What would the future be?
I'd already foreseen that.
When will I marry?
Don't you want to know who to? Or isn't that important to you?
Well, as well.
Ah, it's all hurry with you people. You've no subtlety. It's lucky I killed a starling this morning. If I pull off its head, we can look at the entrails, and that will reveal all to me.
Why do we have to look at dead bird guts? And how will you know what it's to be? Is it magic?
Magic? This is the most painstaking, accurate method of this new age. Magic indeed. We're no blundering heathens, us Britons. As for Saxons, I couldn't say.
Don't forget to look for me as well.
Wait till I prepare the bird. Don't get in my light. Ah. I foresee a young man.
Who is it?
It's me. She saw me coming.
Don't you mock or doubt my powers, Allgrow. All is revealed to me.
Join us, Allgrow. Merowyn won't mind.
How is your back, Margaret? Is it healed?
That was supposed to be a secret. No one should know.
Well, we all do.
Why did Pud whip you? Had you done something very bad?
It was punishment for taking 2 rabbits.
Is that all? Why would he be so harsh as to whip you for 2 rabbits?
Something to do with the castle. You didn't understand. Said it was to stop any of us from making any game that is lawfully the property of Lord Hugh.
Why would he be so concerned about a brace of rabbits? I don't understand.
None of us do, but it certainly stopped us from taking any wild creature for the pot, that's for certain.
If you Saxons have nothing better to do than gossip all day long, I'll be getting back to my work.
Oh no, Merowyn, we really want to know.
Don't you want your future told, Allgrow?
No. I don't want to be trapped by the future. I want to shape it for myself.
You may not have any choice about what is to come. It's
What is it?
What do you see?
fire, followed by a great emptiness.
Does that mean I'm to die?
No, the fire is seeking me. And after the fire, we're all gone. Gone, but not dead. Everything around us here is barren, as though we've never been. And we followed Orgaro. Orgaro has returned, and we've gone with him.
What do you mean? Left the village? Returned down the hill to my birthplace? Why would I do that? I have no friends down in Ockmanton. This is my home now.
You're shaking, Merowyn. Are you ill?
The fire is for me. Oh, what can it mean? Oh, I can feel a great emptiness. Only the walkers remain.
The ragged walkers.
Who are the ragged walkers?
Quiet. Let Merowyn tell us what she's seen.
And the fields will lie fallow. There'll only be wild animals there. And later will come strangers with holy men to lead them. And these strangers will carry a great burden, sadness, like the walkers.
But who are these ragged walkers?
No one knows who the ragged walkers are. They are ancestral spirits, ghosts that have walked the hill since longer than anyone can remember.
I know who the walkers are.
Who are they?
They're mine. Long ago, we were not serfs. Long ago, we were free people. And then came the Saxons to rule over this country. And they exacted a great price on the free. And they enslaved us all.
Your forefathers always lived here.
So the ragged walkers were my ancestors. They walk now as spirits, as once they must have walked in life.
Has everyone seen them? Everyone but me?
No, we've not seen them. Only a few people have. Like Paz.
It's in his blood to see them.
Father Ralph says there are no ghosts, no shadows of past or future.
Who knows what sort of people will come to walk and live and work here, long after we're gone.
Oh, go away! I've work to do! Go on, off you go.
Tea time, girls. What are you two up to this evening? As if I couldn't guess.
Well, there's a dance on, and I go through all the pictures. We can't make up our minds which to go to.
Really?
Dance it is then. There's a beat group playing with guitars and drums and everything.
Beat group. I don't want you going if there'll be trouble. There's a nice film on. Why don't you go to that? What is it?
It's called First Mouse on the Moon.
That sounds very nice. What's it about?
Well, I think it's about the English Civil War.
That sounds very interesting.
Boring, I should think. And with music playing the whole opposite, it would be hard to concentrate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Better go to the dance then.
I meant yes, not yeah.
Well, as long as you agree with us, that's okay.
We'll go and dance to the Tornadoes.
I didn't say I agreed. I said yes, not yeah. And don't say okay. This isn't America, you know.
No, Mum, we know Sax engages into America, and the dance in the hall down in town won't be in America either.
Dancing to the Tornadoes.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, there, I knew you'd agree.
Oh, I give up.
You think he'll be there?
Margaret and Rosemary, sure to be.
And that chap from Puston Farm.
Yeah. Ooh, what's he called?
I can't remember. Why?
Oh, it doesn't matter. I used to know a chap down there years ago.
What was he called?
Dennis. And there was a Yank called Bud. At least they said he was a Yank. On the Foygate Aerodrome.
You think there's Steve from Tabby will be there?
What, David again?
I hope so.
Trouble is, they're achy boys and want to beat up anyone from outside the town.
There. I knew there'd be trouble. Beat dances. Teddy boys, rock and roll, flick knives and razors. It's all nothing but trouble these days.
No, Mum, not like in the quiet old days when there was a war on.
That was different. Well, just be careful. And I want you home by 10. If you're not home, I'll send your brother down for you. He can walk you back along that dark lane.
Oh, don't worry. Nothing's going to get us.
Nothing's going to eat us.
Bring me girls, and I'll be happy.
John.
Have you come to tell us a story?
You know, you grow more beautiful every day.
John, you rogue.
I'm a married woman.
Oh, God's name. Did I make a mistake in not marrying you myself? There you were, a pretty child. And then I glanced away. And when I turned about, focused my eye on you, you were married. Yeah, to that villain. That one, that man there, luckiest man in the village.
Well, John, have you taken drink?
Your stories are better and your songs sweeter when you have them. So you'll take some now, if you're dry or not.
Well,
Adela, bring the sweet ale. Some for John and some for me. I'm in a mood to hear a tale.
I can only tell tales if I know there is to be dancing after.
Adela, John wants dancing.
Who's to dance?
Do you want me to dance for you, John?
No! No, are there no pretty girls living on this hill? Apart from Adela. Beautiful Adela. Adela, will you dance for me?
Oh, tell him, Geoffrey. I'm a married woman. I'll not dance for naughty one-eyed men.
That's it.
Now, you're going to tell us a story, John. I might know where most of those girls are tonight.
You know all the ways to make a man happy. Could it be that you, Geoffrey, have married some kind of a saint?
John, God above will not have you being disrespectful to his saints. Mind what you say in this house.
You may think you're a saint, as I do myself, but I believe she's of that breed of saints sent to punish evildoers and deafen husbands.
Now, I want to have a tale. Shall I call in the girls for this evil man, Geoffrey?
Can you tell us a tale, John?
I think my throat is just ready to sing and tell such a tale as would make any laugh or weep, like lunatics or those in love.
Well, there's your answer, my sweet. For the girls in the drying house, and send the boy for Thomas, Henry and Adam. They can help defend the girls if Tom's old tale and sad gurgling send me to sleep.
What? What do you mean sad gurgling? You mean my singing? If I had two eyes, I might drown in the tears I shed, listening to my own voice. Did I ever tell you of when I was singing at Halstock, when the monks were visiting there from Carrick? The ground in the hall was so wet with tears that a small child nearly drowned in one of the deeper pools. It was only because his grandmother had been a mermaid that he was able to swim to the shallows. Well, don't look at me like that. Did you know John Beer at Halstock was married into a family of mermaids? That's why his boy Simon looks so much like a salmon. This is good.
But tell me, John, now Adela's away, have you heard what it's to be, now that old Hugh is dead, and young Hugh come to rule over us all?
He's wild. He's headstrong, likes his own way, they say. I made my devotions at St. James on Sunday.
I saw you not in church.
Yeah, I was of a mind to hear what was being said down in Ockminster. And God can hear my prayers, whether it's in church, chapel, or Gorsebush. He may have a mind to drive us from our lands. I only said he may have. He's been heard to say that he should have a great park to hunt.
His father, they say, spoke of that years ago.
If old Hugh had stayed living at the castle here, he may have enclosed a park to hunt when great men visited him.
Old Hugh was more than 40 years old when he died. His son is a young man's hunger for the chase. So he could stay at the castle, or would he take his father's estate at Colcombe? There's fine hunting there.
Fighting, that's the thing. These men are warriors. They only hunt when there's no wars to fight.
You mean we should break the war?
I didn't say that. But we should pray for something to divert my Lord Hugh from hunting.
Did you know my uncle Avis didn't see any water? He said it's fish.
Do you know? Oh, yeah. You better have trouble you're drinking or do you know, you nearly caught me sober.
Heaven save us from that.
Oh,
go in. Thomas, Henry, Adam, come in near by the fire. Pour it small about women folk.
Welcome.
You can take a drink if you're in your hand.
Yes. Let's sit up.
Go in. Get down by the fire.
Scott, thank you for this.
John, will you tell us the tale of the monk's cattle?
You want a story, do you?
Yeah.
You want a tale? And you want that old tale again?
Yeah.
All right then. Okay. Since you asked me. Since you asked me. Right. I'll tell you the story of when I was young, or younger than I am now, and even better looking.
Is that possible?
You'd seen me years ago. I was pretty. Oh, yeah, but I wouldn't have any question about that. Now, when old Hugh was living, he was a happy and cheerful man, wasn't he?
No.
No, you all know it. He was an angry man. And he was an angry man, and he shouted at everybody he saw. He shouted at... Probably shouted God himself. He probably would have known. Now, one thing that made him much more angry than anything else was that his father, the pious John, had left £40 sterling. £40 in gold.
Robbery!
How'd you get in here?
All are welcome in this house.
£40 in gold to the monks, the fat monks of Ford Abbey.
Fat, yeah.
Also, he left his best war horses, his best sword, and all sorts of weaponry and wealth out of piety. Now, when Hugh was called to battle by the king, he called out to the monks. He sent message, "Supply me with men, supply me with arms, for I have to go to war." And the monks said, oh no, these things are for God's use now. No, we couldn't possibly consider that. And Hugh was not happy to hear it. He was an angry man indeed. And he didn't know what to do about this until we came to St. Lawrence Day in that year. And he called us all up and he said, boys, we're going to Ford Abbey. So, for 2 days, a great mob of us tiptoed across the county, quiet as we could. In the early dawn, we leapt in and we got 1.5 of their fattest oxen, a bull, cows, and a dog that followed us home, and a goat, and we dragged them away, and out came these fat, greasy monks. They hadn't been at early morning prayers. Oh no, they'd been stinking in their beds, sleeping off the drink they had the night before. Then they rose up and they bleated and they squawked, but it did no good. We were away, and we brought all the cattle back here to the village on the hill. And we had a fine, fat winter. And did that make old Hugh a happy man? No, it didn't, you're right.
What's next then? What's
Let's
next?
have a little drop more of this. Right. So, 2 years later, he said we'll do it again. So we tiptoed across the county for 3 days. It was 3 days. 2 days last time, 3 days this time because we were older. On the Sabbath after St. Agatha's Day, we crept around to get the cattle as before, and they'd set guards. And they weren't laying stinking in their beds, but they were up with sticks because they'd learnt their lesson, and great clubs, and they beat us about and they thrashed us, and we hardly got any cattle at all. Just a small handful of them, and a great beating. And one of the fattest and greasiest and most unpleasant of all these monks came round by the short way in order to bash me with his nasty stick. And as he come up to do it, he knocked me out. Sorry, I was not I used to have at least 2 eyes.
Did you cry?
I cried. Tears trickled out of this one. Blood and passion. It ran down my clumsy hair, soaked into my whiskers so I could taste it for 10 days or more. 2 Sabbaths I could taste the horrible gore and pus that was in it. Why didn't I wash it? I didn't know about washing then. No, never thought of it. Well, a bit of pus there still now. But you don't want to know about that. What you want now is a song. I lost my voice. Not enough drinking, I think. Hildebrand, you know the words of that one. Yes, Saxon song. Let's have a little drop more of this. How about that?
Little sunlights are riding, spring night we hear the cry. I come through town and forest to my own chosen land. And here I seek my king, my children wide the home. My home, no more in exile dwelling, no more of far to roam. My home, no more in exile dwelling, no more of far to roam. Up sprang a youthful warrior, the gathered all around. We know the earth a stranger, like things we hear the sound. The sleep not here like children, no thief no harm, no child, no child, no child, no child, to combat fierce and wild. No child, no except my child, to combat fierce and wild. And with this youthful warrior, this gathered Hildebrand, the answer is the warrior, the gathered Hildebrand. And Hildebrand refrained.
Come on, listen to a little drop more. What? Just starting to get me here. It's warm in the house. You come and dance with me. Come and dance in the dark with me. Put out. Don't be with me.
Great warrior, I give thee here my hand, and proudly greet thee, Father, the mighty Hildebrand. Thy home, no more in exile dwelling, no more afar to roam. This all sounds. Round a little one.
God be with you.
Bide, you don't sleep well, are we? Oh, God! I shall start seeing things if I do that again. Demons! Demons! Demons and she-devils!
Was that ghost? Of course it was. Wait for me!
There you are.
Where's your brother gone to?
He's gone to bed.
I should think so. Make him come out and fetch you at this time. I told you to be home by 10. Now look at the time.
But we saw ghosts.
Rubbish.
Yes, we did.
It scared the life out of us.
Great white thing jumped out at us.
Complete nonsense.
A hideous one-eyed monster.
Run after us. Terrible, horrible, ugly thing out to get us.
Have you been drinking?
No.
Just the same when you were kiddies. Always singing your ghosts and ghoulies. Such nonsense.
We did. Dark nights we were terrified to go outside to the levee.
Black and big as they were.
Ask the others. We all saw them.
Just children's stories. I don't know where you get such ideas from.
Well, living next to an old burial yard doesn't help.
Burial yard? Just a few piled up stones. I'm sure there was never any burial yard. I mean, there's no church standing there. Why should there be a burial yard with no church?
It could have fallen down.
And how long would that take?
Go to bed, both of you.
You were listening to John's story.
Oh, yes. And I've heard it times before.
Do you think it's different each time he tells it?
Well, to be fair to John, I think he tells it as true as he can remember. It's just that he remembers it a little differently each time.
Yeah. I wish I'd been able to go on that raid. Take the cattle from those fat, greedy monks. Perhaps then I'll be able to take the tales that John tells as truth.
Demons! Demons!
What?
Demons and she-devils! Crawled up out of hell, trying to drag me down to them!
John, what are you saying?
The saints.
Oh,
Hell has
oh,
opened!
God preserve us all!
Where have you been, John?
Tell us, John, what?
Ugly, ugly she-devils!
Oh!
Reaching at me! Trying to drag me down! God be praised! I managed to fight them off, and I'm still living!
Oh, God be praised!
John, what is this? What have you
Tell us, John.
Oh,
Sit down.
have you got anything there to drink? I tell you, I was going back. Oh, bless you, bless you. Oh, I was going back over the lane. And I went down past the church because the way's easier, and I was worried that I might stumble or slip. As I passed along the lane, I tumbled over some vile stone put there for the purpose. And when I came up, demons on all sides leaping and glorying at me. I'm a brave man. My heart, my legs turned to water. Scarlet they were. Oh, you've never seen such a sight.
Oh, John. Was it really devils? How did you escape? Oh, was it prayer, Saint?
Prayer? I called on every saint in heaven. I called on God himself. Oh, it was the same. But you've never seen anything so ugly.
Oh, rest yourself. Rest yourself.
I've seen the walkers. I've seen the walkers times. But they were always away. These were up close by me. And what they were wrapped in, all the colours of bloody hell.
Lie here by the fire, John. Rest yourself. Lie here by the fire until morning.
Bless you. Bless you. And bless you for taking me in this dark night.
Rest yourself.
But you've never seen what I've seen.
John.
God bless you both. Bless you both. Tomorrow, I shall be in the church offering thanks. Offering thanks to God while Father Rob is still snoring in his bed. Oh, God be praised, I'm still living.
Oh, I don't believe a word of it.
Alfred, I expected to see Father Ralph. Isn't he here?
Oh, Thomas, come in. No, I was expecting him to be here as well. Are you alone?
I think Adam and Henry will be along soon.
Do you want to join me in prayer whilst you're away?
They should be here any moment.
Has Father Ralph called you here to church?
Yes, I think he wants to talk to us about Ockmanton. We had a bit of trouble with a few of the lads from down the hill.
Have they been up to the village causing trouble?
Not exactly.
I'm glad.
I wonder where Father Ralph is.
Oh, he's been taking prayers at the castle chapel. Father William, their priest, is ill. It must be strange taking prayers in a new stone chapel after being in an old wooden church. I wonder who carved all this woodwork in the walls and the roof, and how long our church has been here. It feels so ancient.
Didn't know you'd be here, Alfred.
I was at prayer. Do you want me to go, or when Father Ralph comes? What did you and Adam do to make him call for you?
Some of the Ockmanton lads are angry at us.
Well, I'm sure they have no cause. Have they been up here?
No. Henry, Thomas and I went down the hill and got into an argument. It was nothing really. We just talked to some girls and the lads didn't like that.
Oh, so you are here. God's greetings to you, and to you, everyone. Now, you three. Father William tells me he's been informed that you've been causing a riot amongst the townspeople. Girls molested, young men injured.
It isn't true.
Well, I have it from Father William. He has it from old Wolf Andertown Burgess. You know what a good and pious man old Wolf is. I fear for your immortal soul if you lie to me.
Oh, Aldorf could not be mistaken. Joan and Margaret have talked of this as well.
We went to...
Adam!
Yes.
Let us tell what happened.
Oh. We were walking in Lowards, looking for firewood. And as we...
Oh, Father, it's Merowyn. She's hurt.
Oh, don't let that filthy serf woman in here. There's no time.
Fire! Just like I predicted! The heat of hell licking about my head as I slept!
Are you much better?
I put her in the water of the spring by her hut. That's got the burning for a rag to tip. Praise God, I was near our house when the fire took hold.
Oh, fire! Fire! Now who will tell me my prophecies are not true? You sneer at the old ways! Now will you?
How did this happen?
Were you cooking? Had your fire for the roof?
My fire! They brought it with them!
Who did?
Those lazy hoes from down the hill! Murderous Saxons from Ockmanton!
What? I saw them. A gang of yous I didn't know. Set a roof ablaze and ran down Rodwell. I saw the torch move in the dark. I was looking to see what it was.
Oh, bless you, Geoffrey! If you hadn't, I'd have been burnt!
God be praised.
Yes, indeed, but get her out of my church. Now do you see what you've done? Causing offence with the townspeople like this. Imagine, that could have been a decent Saxon burn. Now get out of my church, all of you.
What's the matter?
I don't want to talk.
Well, not to anyone.
I broke the plough.
You broke the plough.
No, it's not so bad. It can be made good. With work. The village isn't going to starve next winter. But I feel such a fool. I was leading the oxen, finding the way over the ground, with Henry behind the plough watching the furrow. Over land we've ploughed for years.
Where?
That good broad land below the old fort. I ran the plough into a great rock and broke the share away. What a fool.
Well, shouldn't Henry have seen it?
Henry, he cursed me and would have taken a stick to me when it happened. But he's not to blame. I was leading the team. I should have seen the great stone or remembered it was there and gone around it.
So why didn't you see it?
What? It was below the ground.
Well, if you couldn't see it, it's not the first time the plough's been broken.
I suppose not. Every year we plough over the walls of the old fort, on the lower side, where there are earthlands. We may come to more great stones as the years pass.
No one can blame you.
Half the men in the village are cursing them. And it was me who was leading the oxen. Do you think the place is bewitched? Do you think the spirits of the place are guarding it? The ghosts of our ancestors?
Oh, and you was cursing yourself for breaking our plough, feeling deeply sorry for yourself. Now you're saying ghosts or spirits did it.
Come here, you.
Ils doivent être en prison. Qu'ils sont petits. Qu'ils sont jolis. Oh, mais qu'est-ce qu'ils puent! Oh. Oh. va bientôt donner les ordres qu'on les déplace. Il va créer un territoire de chasse ici, comme l'avait voulu mon Hugues.
Vous êtes sûr que ce n'est pas dangereux d'être si proche de cette canaille?
Croyez-vous qu'elles peuvent nous entendre? Non, elles sont trop bêtes pour comprendre. Elles vivent ici pendant toute l'année dans ce taudis. Que c'est bizarre. Au revoir, mes jolis petits paysans.
Who was that? That must have been Lady Alma. Oh, it's a Hughes woman. I've never seen one of them so close before.
3 grand ladies walking in our woods. Do you think they saw us?
Oh, I'm shaking.
So am I.
I didn't know they came out the castle, only in their coaches. Oh, I'm shaking so much.
We're in our woods. Oh, hold me up, my legs won't work.
Quickly. They might come back.
Oh, hold me up, hold me up.
Then it's my loss. But the birds and the daisies have been blessed to have you to themselves.
Silly, where have you been?
Oh, nowhere.
Come on, I want to know.
It's just the old ones in the village.
What?
That business of Papa.
But you said it didn't matter.
Let's forget it. I want to talk to you.
What about?
I want to discuss your nose. I think it's the prettiest nose in Devonshire. Probably prettier than any other in the kingdom. But you're not the one to discuss it with. No. I need to talk about it with someone who has travelled the world and seen noses. A returning crusader, perhaps. There's not one around, so perhaps I'll talk about your ears. Such pretty ears. I think they deserve a closer look.
Tickling.
Ticklish ears? I'm so sorry. Perhaps I should look at your feet.
No, stop it, you know how ticklish my feet are.
Ticklish feet. Mistress, I'm so sorry. I forget how easily offended you are. How can I make amends?
You could make up a pretty rhyme about me.
A rhyme? Or would you have me make up a song? Wait there, Anina. I must go to the village and fetch a dozen singers to help me with the chorus. To do you full justice, you understand?
Oh, stop it, you silly boy. A pretty rhyme will do very well.
If you're sure. How about, beneath the sun, among the flowers, lie the beauties of this world. Tiny snakes, with perfect form, among the ferns lie curled. Trickling pools, in fairy glades, have cobwebs that shine and gleam. Miners, tinners, strong and dark, seek out a glistening scene. While my love sits on a rugged hill, she sits, she looks at me, and all I could ever wish to have, to hold, to touch, to see, sits smiling gently before me now, beneath the hawthorn tree.
Did you just make that up?
Oh yes. Any complaints?
Did you make that for me?
Yes. No more private poems for us. Here comes Joan.
Oh, I don't want to see Joan.
No, nor I. But I don't think we've any choice in the matter.
Well, what do you think about it?
What?
Hasn't he told you?
No, I had more important things to talk about.
They called me into the village and shouted about the plough.
They didn't call me. They just called me in.
If you hadn't come when they called, they would have dragged you.
Why? What have you done?
The same as dozens before me. Broken their precious plough.
But it wasn't your fault. You said.
That doesn't matter. You know why it is they don't like me.
Why?
Because I'm courting the prettiest girl in the village. No, it's because I'm an outsider. Anyone born in the village would be forgiven. They'd understand how easy it is to catch a hidden rock. For me, they think I'm out to cause damage out of spite.
But you live in the village, work for the village.
I'm not of the village, am I? You explain it to her, Joan.
Town boy, town bastard. He's not welcome in Ockington, so he comes to us.
I'm a freeman. You make it sound like I'm a runaway serf.
Why did you come here then?
My mother was a widow.
Widow 2 years before you were born.
Yes, Joan?
You asked me to tell her now.
Well, I'll tell her. My mother was the widow of Henry Payne, the town provost. But he died.
How?
Natural causes. He was stabbed.
Why do you know that?
Well, you wouldn't. It wasn't talked about, and it's probably best that you don't mention it now.
If your mother was widowed 2 years before you were born, has that got anything to do with your father being stabbed?
I'm not sure that I...
Who's your natural father?
I don't want to talk about it.
Come on, we want to know all about it.
Please tell her.
Well, I'm not sure that I really know.
Was she involved with some town troublemaker?
No. I think he was a man of quality.
You're sure to think that.
But it must have been an educated man, because it'll grow so good with words of mine.
Oh yes, tonguesmith, is he?
What's this? What's a tonguesmith?
I'm just going to go and see about this broken plough.
What's this about?
You know all broke the plough.
I've heard something about it.
There's been enough noise.
It wasn't his fault. A buried rock, hidden.
Well, it's a very good excuse, or a very poor excuse. Depends who's asking and why.
What do you mean?
Well, you know, he was just over there on the earth banks below the old fort. Do you know, when I was a boy, those earth banks were head high. And the village ploughs away at all that soft earth. Where they can plough, where it's soft. But on the top side, where it's all rocks, they leave that be. But the old men, where they put those banks up, they put great stones in the bottom of the banks. It was just a matter of time till the village plough came down to those stones. But those old crows in the village, they're blaming Orgrove for no better reason than the usual one. He's that little bit different to all the rest. I'm just glad I live over here, away from all the cackling and squawking of them. But go on. Go back to the village. Make him happy again.
My Lord Hugh tells me he's evicting your filthy villagers. So you didn't know? He has decided New Year's Day will be the best time. Didn't your castle pet tell you the news?
Aldorf, I wonder that you have lived this long.
Do you threaten me, Master Puck?
Threaten you? I shall never threaten you.
Remember, I have the protection of Lord Hugh. He may tolerate your company when flying your books, and you may have been his father's man, but I am in the ascendancy here, and soon I shall be seneschal over all the castle estate. My lord appreciates that I am rigorous in my duties to him, and will be content to leave the castle under my control while he is elsewhere. Reflect on that, Master Pud.
Believe me, I shall. What is this about eviction?
I thought I would catch them taking game. You did well in that. You stopped them poaching altogether. I don't know how. But look, here comes your pet mouse.
I'm very glad to see you, Avis.
I hope God keeps well with you today.
Very well, thank you, Aldous.
We are privileged that you bring such grace and beauty to us here. As I was just saying, was I not, Pud?
Avis, Aldorf was just telling me that Lord Hugh is to evict the villagers. Have you heard anything of this?
I am very sorry to hear it has come to pass. My lady spoke of it this morning. We were walking in Fleetwood, for she wished to seek some mush commission vendors from the youth. We met with some peasants. Otherwise, was greatly surprised by the smell of them. But as they really to be driven away?
Sadly, it would appear so. It's a great pity that you can do nothing with them, Pud. I hear they've been making trouble with the town people.
What is this?
2 or 3 of the villagers had a small disagreement with some lads from the town. They were near the river, I understand.
And do your villagers lay claim to the river pub? But I've heard it was much more than a small disturbance. Lord Hugh was saddened to hear that it was a near riot. A mob of villagers set on a young boy and knocked the teeth from his head.
I'm sure that is not how it happened.
Oh, doubtless you were right. But Lord Hugh was outraged when he was informed of this and would have taken the sternest action. Luckily, I was able to offer advice.
You were present when he was informed of this petty squabble?
Adelise, with your permission, I shall take my leave. I'm sorry that you should have had to hear of such squalid matters. But you may wish to inform the villagers of Lord Hugh's decision. Au revoir, mademoiselle.
I'm very glad you came when you did, Adelise. I was tempted to strangle that snake and throw his writhing coils in the river.
I'm sure he's not as bad as you say. His manners are very pretty.
He's nothing but a huntsman, with ambition driving him on. Yet he acts as though he were a man of property, or a knight.
He is driven by love and his own ambition, whether or not he be an honest man.
What else drives him?
Boaz is far more ambitious than you would believe. She always has the ear and the trust of Lady Eleanor. Boaz is the power behind our roof. If he loses her, he is lost.
Yes. Boaz. That's where he learns his pretty court ways. She puts silver on his words, and the gilt on his slippery tongue. I must tell the villagers they are to leave. And there'll be guilt on my tongue, but of a different kind. Foolish boys! Why did they have to bring this on themselves?
I don't know what's worse, them fighting or rain. All the ones in Norwich that's the army. See their haircuts?
Yeah. Hey, why do they wear those shirts? They're terrible. And in the rain. Anyway, I've had a drink.
Yeah. You mind?
Yeah, you order it. Got a fibre in this somewhere.
Two halves of bass, please, mate. Cheers. Ta.
You? Should we sit over there?
Yeah. Beats me. You must enjoy it.
Mind if we sit here, love? Seats not taken?
No? Go ahead, help yourself. No problem. Do you want ice with it, Rita?
Oh yeah, lots.
Still raining?
Yeah. And police out there?
Yeah, there was fighting going on when we came in.
Tell me about it. It's always been the same.
Is it on the camp? Lads from there come down, raising trouble.
Well, yes and no, really. I mean, the lads up at the camp, they like a few beers when they come down.
And they get noisy.
Just saying about, the lads up at the camp and the fighting and that.
Yeah, is he alright sitting here?
Absolutely fine. Go ahead.
It's Marines mostly now, isn't it?
Marines, Army, always been the same.
When we were young, there was always someone or other starting trouble with anyone from outside the town. Whether it's the army or the boys from the next village, they always wanted to fight them. I'm Julie, by the way, and this is my sister Rita.
Oh, right. Hi.
Hi, I'm Anna, and this is Dave.
Hi.
When we were girls, we used to live up at the army camp, a place called Saxon Gate.
Oh, I'm renting a house up there. Do you know the house in there?
Of course.
Where do your bed sit up there?
I know where you mean. Gets windy, doesn't it?
Amazing! Now, did it used to blow like that at your old place? Where did you say it is exactly?
It's not there anymore. They knocked it down in '68. It was sort of along the end of that long lonely path when you're going up the hill. It was sort of near the top of the hill, but a bit sheltered, lying on the side.
Was it an old place? Why did they knock it down?
Or they said the water was bad. But I don't know.
Generator wasn't very good either. But I don't know. I mean, there were lots of old rooms around it. People must have been living there a long time. But we used to think there was an old burial yard next to it.
Sounds creepy. Don't want it.
Well, we used to think so when we were kids.
Fantastic place to grow up it was.
Yeah.
Only for modern kids.
But we used to think that we saw ghosts of old monks and that walking about with black hoods up over their heads. Bet it was cows.
Do you remember that time? Do you remember that time when we were coming down the lane?
Yes. We were coming back from a dance in the town. In the 60s it was.
Early 60s it must have been. We were what, 16-ish?
Anyway, we were walking back along this lane, feeling a bit nervous, as you do, yeah. And suddenly, this old fella leapt up in front of us. It must have been some old tramp or something.
I think we must have frightened him as much as he frightened us.
Well, we were so scared, we ran back down that lane. And we wouldn't come back until our brother came to fetch us.
We thought for years it was some old ghost.
Dave, did you say you saw something like that?
I don't know. I thought I saw a mob, sort of gang of people, all dressed in kind of tattered rags, all looking miserable as hell, looking like they were crossing over the hill. I don't know what it was.
I mean, you wonder, don't you? About all the people that must have lived there over the years, who they were and what they did.
You know, if you go on the other side towards Farnford, there's an old ruin line there with lots of scrap machinery around it. When we were young, they used to call that One-Eyed Johnny's hut.
Well, I can't remember that.
It was such an old ruin, you couldn't think of anybody living there. But I suppose hundreds of years ago it must have been a proper house.
Well, I suppose loads of people might have lived in cottages. Like to work in the land. Hundreds of years ago, but I don't know if the weather got bad and they had to leave. Maybe some old landlord forced them out. Like your family had to leave your place.
I wonder when they would have gone. Moved into the town.
I thought you said the town people always made it difficult for outsiders. It was true now in 1993. It was true then.
Yeah, it's right. It's oaky against the rest of the world.
It's everywhere.
No, it's just human nature. Probably been the same for hundreds of years.
So it was difficult to move into the town?
Maybe they lived into like farms. They were outside the town, but they were still down from the mob.
There's loads of old places around with weird names, like Wigney in Australia.
Whitney? Maybe some blonde guy lived there.
Or Priestcott by where John lives. Maybe some priest lived there.
I mean, you remember that old farm our mum used to go on and on about, called Pudson Farm?
Yeah.
I mean, what sort of name is that? Do you think someone lived there who was the son of Pud? Maybe who knows?
Sounds like more trouble. I think we'll have more news. Yeah, we're going to have one of us around, I think. Like squabbies.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Yeah, and you.
Cheers. Good luck up on the hill.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Come here, all of you. Yes, all of you. Come and listen. I have an important message. I'm sure you'll pass it on to all who live this side of the river. My Lord Hugh de Courtenay sends you greetings in God, and has decided to make you, the people of the village, a grant of land, to be shared with the hill graziers of the commonalty of Auckland, of 300 acres lying to the east of his castle. Moreover, each may have a sow and 4 little pigs in his wood called Hawkwood, in the northern part of the said borough, except such part hereof as the said Hugh or his heirs should in future enclose. Witnessed by Lord Henry de Rory and others, and given on the day of St. Thomas the Martyr, in the 20th year of the reign of King Edward.
That's a long walk from our homes, and uphill at the end of the day.
My Lord Hugh will be relieving you of the trouble of walking uphill.
What do you mean?
Can't you guess? Pud! You crawling thing! And not even a proper Saxon!
Hold that woman.
What are you telling us?
Our home.
Are you stealing our homes?
I'm stealing nothing. Your rightful lord, Hugh de Courtenay, son of Hugh, son of John, son of Robert, son of Reginald, is choosing how you will use the land that he holds and his fathers held lawfully from the king.
Shame on you, Pud!
Where are we to live? We shall be starved.
It is our ancient home. They have no right.
I hate you, Master Pud!
What about the crops and the ground?
My garden! All the tea before harvest will be lost.
What's happening here?
Pud is evicting the people from the village.
Forcing us from our homes!
Taking our land, driving us from our crops and pasture.
Master Pud, how can you treat these people so shamefully?
Tell them all, Lord.
You live in comfort at the hangar above the village, and now will drive these innocent people from their homes without a word of protest to Lord Hugh. And you have spoken to me as though you were their friend.
Lord, one more word from you, and Lord Hugh will hear how you criticize his decision, how you defend the villagers. What then of your ambition? False man!
I must go to see what can be done.
A black lie! You go to feather your own nest!
Pud, how can you do this to these people?
Do you not understand? It is not in our power to dispute with Lord Hugh. All must be done. All must leave. On St. Gregory's Day before sunset. Lord Hugh has decided.
Father Ralph, what shall we do?
Kneel and pray, my son, and in the meantime prepare to leave your fields and home. There's nothing else we can do. We have no choice.
You know it will soon be Easter?
Then the days will get warmer, won't they?
Yes, but what I mean is, it will have been a year since we've been here at Bream.
A year since we left the village.
When Pud told us we were to leave, it was New Year's Day last year.
I didn't want to leave. Are you happy down here?
Of course I am. I have Ernina as my wife now. Are you?
I like to live up on the hill. Does anyone go there anymore?
Pud is still up at the hangar, of course.
There are still the ragged walkers. They're still there. Ghosts and spirits never leave.
Do you think some terrible thing happened to the authors to turn them into goats? I wonder what it was.
A Saxon massacre, I expect. And now there are the lepers.
I'm frightened of the ultimate lepers. How do people get leprosy?
Fresh fish. Especially the liver. Everybody knows that.
Is that true?
So the priests and apothecaries tell us.
Hello, husband. What do they tell us?
That if you leave a fish a week before eating it, you will not get to suffer from leprosy.
There was never any leprosy before you Saxons came.
No. Aren't you supposed to be carrying pig dung into the fields?
Have you seen the monks that care for the lepers? They do look sinister with their black cloaks and hoods. They say they've set up their hospital around our old church. It would frighten me to go back there now. Why did Hugh give the place over to them?
I think Rowers, Lady Eleanor's gentlewoman, had been friendly with Oldham. And when she discovered he had contracted the disease, then she spoke on his behalf to Agnes, Lord Hugh's new wife.
Poor old Lord. He's such a nice man.
I may be working at the castle soon, directing the improvements. Now that Oldwolf can't do it. You know that knight, Sir Robert Bippel, the one you say looks like me? Well, he seems to have taken a liking to me and says he'll help me to advance. I don't know why.
The wall can't be finished before the Danes get here.
Will we die?
The Danes kill everybody, don't they? After they finish with the women.
It isn't our fault the war's finished. We couldn't work longer or harder. 7 must have died, 7 in 1 month.
7 died from the work, being hung and whipped by half of the others.
Oh, the Danes will kill us!
The Danes have attacked Lidford. The whole town is burning. Denzel has run as fast as he could to give warning.
The village can't defend, the fort's not finished. We'll die, we'll die.
I told Hud. But none of them knew what to do. They were just running around, screaming.
The Danes will kill the children! The Danes will kill the children! My children!
We can't defend. We didn't finish the fort. Danes coming to kill everyone, and we didn't get the fort finished. The village can't defend. We can't fight. We can't fight without defences. We didn't finish the wall.
What did Denzel say? Did he see the Danes coming this way? Did they chase him after Lidford?
We know they're going to come. We know they're going to kill us.
We must do something. We can't stand and wait to die.
What can we do? We're slaves. We can't make any choices. Saxons decide. If we live, if we die. Saxons' choice, not ours.
Can't we run away? Let's run and hide.
Run and hide. In a land ruled by the Saxons. Without mark of freedom, we'd be captured and killed. We didn't die of hunger and thirst.
I say run, be men of the woods like in the old stories. What else? Stay for the Danes, wait for Danes to kill Saxons, coming then to kill us.
Stop shouting and frightening the children.
How have we got work we should be doing? Won't Hud be angry with us for not working?
Our time to work is past. The fort isn't finished. The wall's not rebuilt. So the people can't shelter here. I think it's time for us to call the old gods and goddess. Our lives are just like ended. We need to pray.
You're right, there is nothing to do but pray. But we are Christians. We have prayed to God through the saints all our lives. Now is not the time to return to the ancient gods and the old ways. Now that our time in the world is ending.
Oh God, the Danes are coming to kill us.
What do you mean, call on the old gods? We're Christians. If we are to die,
We must kneel and pray to the saints, be meek in the face of what God above has chosen for us.
Kneel and be meek. We must run. We must hide. Or else stand by the Saxons against the Danes.
Oh God, the Danes are killing us.
You wild young mad thing. Do you think the Saxons will give weapons to their slaves?
They must. Or the Danes will slaughter them.
They're going to kill us.
No, the Saxons will never give us weapons. We must run or die.
It's hopeless. This is the end for us. The end of our people. We must go to the cross. The Danes come that way, up the old road. Face them. Die if we must. But by the cross, standing as Christians, face our deaths at the crossways.
Listen to me. They will not come. What? They will not come. Not here. This came to me while I was at prayer. It is a simple matter. We have nothing here that they could want. I am headman of the village, as was my father before me. None can dispute my word. We are, all of us, in fear of the outsiders coming to harm us. You are slaves because you are Britons. We, the Saxon villagers, keep you as slaves because we don't trust you. But I believe we are victims of our own fear. I've only just begun to think clearly. We have nothing here of value to the Danes. They will not come here. And Saxons have nothing to fear from Britons. As head man, I make this decision. I release you.
What do you mean?
You are free to go wherever you will. If any man questions this, send him to me.
But what about the other Saxon villagers?
I am head man. This is my decision. I have no son, but I will ensure that whoever comes after me will respect your freedom, and that you Britons will have nothing to fear from the Saxons. Tell them what I said. I believe we are all victims of our own fear, and I release you.